Hello everybody, this is Pastor Green. We're doing another Bible study, 1 Corinthians chapter 9. If you'd like me to come speak at your church, or if you have any questions, you can email me at godsohman@gmail.com. 1 Corinthians 9 verse 1. Am I not an apostle? Am I not free? Have I not seen Jesus Christ our Lord? Are not ye my work in the Lord? If I be not an apostle unto others, yet doubtless am I yours. Yet doubtless am I to you. For the seal of mine apostleship are ye the Lord. Mine answer to them that do examine me is this. So what he's saying is, he's an apostle, he's a free man, he saw Jesus Christ crucified. You know, you guys, you're my congregation. Have you not seen what I've done in God? You know, people are questioning what he's done, and he's basically saying, you know, if people say that I'm not really a Christian or I'm not really a follower of Christ, here's what I would say to them. Have we not power to eat and to drink? Have we not power to lead about the sister, a wife, as well as other apostles, as the brethren of the Lord and Cephas? Or am I not, or I only and Barnabas have not we power to forbid working? Who goeth a warfare at a time of his own charge? Who planteth a vineyard and eateth not of the fruit thereof? Or who feedeth the flock and eateth not of the milk of the flock? Say I these things as a man, or saith not the law as the same also? He's saying that I've built this church, I've built other churches, but yet I'm still going to come back to you guys and keep teaching you, keep showing you what I know. And he's saying, if you plant a vineyard, aren't you planning on eating the fruit of it? Or if you feed a flock, are you not going to drink the milk? I mean, later we'll find out other things like that. But he's saying, you know, I'm obviously going to keep coming back to you guys and teach you guys what I know. For it is written in the law of Moses, thou shalt not muzzle the mouth of an ox that treadeth out the corn. Does God take care for oxen? Or saith he also that for our sakes, no doubt, this is written, for he that ploweth should plow in hope, and that he that thresheth in hope should be partaker of his hope. He's saying that, you know, when you're going out there and you're making a garden, you know, let the animals eat some of the food because they're helping you grow it. You know, I'm going to keep coming back to you guys and teaching you guys because I helped grow this. So Deuteronomy 25:4 says, thou shalt not muzzle the ox when he treadeth out the corn. You know, at one point in time, they would muzzle the ox because they didn't want them eating their food. You know, this is my food, you can't have it. But what happened was the animals would want to have the food, they couldn't get the food, so they'd act out. So people would not muzzle the mouth of the ox and they'd let the ox eat some of the food, because if it wasn't for the ox, you wouldn't have this food. But yet people still today try to muzzle the ox because they want them to focus on what they're doing. But oxen are very smart animals, and they're not going to help you out if you muzzle them. I saw this and I thought that was funny. In 1985, Ted Wilson muzzled his ox while he was threshing the grain. This is the last known photo of Ted. Learn from Ted. You know, it's basically saying that these animals, if they want something, they're going to get it, whether you want them to or not. And they're going to act out, and you could possibly get hurt or lose your life because of it. So back to 1 Corinthians 9. If we have sown unto you spiritual things, it is a great thing, and we shall reap your carnal things. If others be partakers of the power of you, are we not rather? Nevertheless, we have not used this power, but suffer all things, lest we should hinder the gospel of Christ. Do you not know that these that minister about holy things live for the things of the temple, and we that wait for the altar are partakers with the altar? Even so has the Lord ordained that they which preach the gospel shall live of the gospel. He's going back to the Leviticus church, where God took the 12 tribes and gave each one of the 12 tribes jobs, except for the Leviticus tribe, the tribe of Levi. He told them, you're going to be the priestly tribe. Your job's taking care of the temple and taking care of the spiritual needs of all the people. If you look at Numbers 18, it says, the Lord spoke unto Aaron, thou shalt have no inheritance in the land, neither shall you have any part among them. I am thy part, and thine inheritance among the children of Israel. And behold, I have given the children of Levi all the tenth of Israel for inheritance, for the service which they serve, even the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. So the Levites didn't actually have a job. They didn't go out and build stuff, per se. Their job was to take care of the tabernacle and the spiritual needs of the people. And the other 11 tribes would give a tenth of their earnings to the Levites, so they would all have 90%. The Levites would have 110%. But they would also they put the money back into the church too. They'd end up with about 100, and everybody else would end up with about 90. So they'd make a little bit more than everybody else. But their job was to take care of the church. If you look here, it says Levites' principal roles in the temple included singing the psalms during temple service, performing construction and maintenance for the temple, and serving as guards. A lot of people wanted to destroy the tabernacle, so they had to be as guards. If they did destroy the tabernacle, they had to build the stuff back up again. So they didn't just preach the gospel, they didn't just sing songs. I always laugh at people when they say their pastor only gets to work 2 hours a week, and it's a great thing, where most pastors end up working over 80 hours a week. Levites also served as teachers and judges, maintaining cities of refuge in biblical times. So whenever there was a dispute, their job was also to be the judge to matter the dispute, teach others the way of God, teach others what the right thing to do was. They would carry the Ark of the Covenant. They would build and take apart the tabernacle, and they had many, many jobs. And if you look at when they were positioned in the wilderness, the Levites were right in the middle where the tabernacle was. Their job was to protect that tabernacle at all costs. Each one of the 4 sides, if they had a dispute, they could just go very easily to get to the tabernacle to talk to the Levites. So they were put right in the middle. Back to 1 Corinthians 9. But I have used none of these things, neither I have written these things, that it should be done unto me. For it were better for me to die than that a man should make a glorifying void. For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of it. For necessity is laid upon me. Yea, woe is unto me, for I preach not the gospel. So Paul's saying that I've been called by God to teach the gospel. And I'm going to teach the gospel. I could ask for certain things from you guys, but I'm not going to do that. Because it is my goal in life to preach the gospel. And if I stop preaching it, woe is unto me. For if I do this thing willingly, I have a reward. But if against my will, a disposition of the gospel is committed unto me. What is my reward then? Verily, that when I preach the gospel, I would make the gospel of Christ without charge, that I abuse not my power in the gospel. He's saying that God set up the priestly tribe to get a tenth of everything. They got a tithe. They got a tenth of everything. He's like, but I'm not asking you guys to pay me anything. I'm doing the gospel free of charge. I'm coming out there and I'm teaching. And you basically, if you want to give to me, you can. It's the same thing that I do. If I go out and preach at a church, I don't ask them to pay me a certain amount of money. I kind of want them to give me a love offering, but if they give me nothing, that's fine. If they give me $1 million, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me because my job is to come out and teach the gospel. And if you want to give, you can. Paul's saying the same thing. I'm coming out here, I'm teaching the gospel. If you guys want to give me something, you can, but I'm not asking of it. Mark 16 says, And he said unto them, Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be damned. He's not saying force them to. He's saying go out there and teach them. If they choose to get saved, that's good for them. If they choose not, that's going to be their downfall. Back to 1 Corinthians 9, verse 19. But though I be free of all men, yet I have made myself a servant unto all, that I might gain the more. But unto the Jews I became as a Jew, that I might gain the Jews. To them which are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them to under the law. To them that are without the law, as without law, being not law with to God under the law of Christ, that I might gain them that are without law. To the weak become I as weak, that I might gain the weak. I made all things to all man, and I might by all means save some. So he's saying that when he talks to the Jews, he talks like a Jew. When he talks to the Gentiles, he talks like a Gentiles. If he talks to the rich, he talks like he's rich. And if he talks to the poor, he talks to them like he's a poor. He basically meets them where they're at. I'm not going to go and meet somebody that's addicted to drugs and act like I'm better than them. I'm gonna explain to them that, places that I've been downtrodden, I've been hurt, that Christ lifted me up. If I go and talk to somebody as a farmer, I might use farmer language. If I go to somebody in construction, I might use construction language. I'm going to meet them where they are and use the words they understand, because that's the best way to reach somebody. He's going to basically be whatever it takes to be to all different men, so maybe you can save some. And this I do for the gospel's sake, that I may be partaker thereof with you. Knowing ye not that they run into a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that I may obtain. He's saying that you guys are used to running races. You guys are used to having competitions where everybody goes out there, but only one person wins. But the gospel says that if you're a Christian, we're all going to win. We're all going to receive an award. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. So the people that go out there and they challenge people, they're trying to win something which is good here on earth, but it has no eternal means. But we're here as Christians, the reward we're going to get is going to have rewards for eternity. You guys ever seen a bodybuilding competition? How many of those guys you think do it naturally, and how many those people use steroids? Some of the people actually probably cheat. They don't do it the right way, but they do whatever it takes to win that crown. There's all different competitions out there. What about Miss Universe? Do you think Miss Universe is all natural, or do you think she's had some work done? You're never really going to know. But the ones that do it the right way, at least if they do lose, they can say they gave it their all. And if they win, more better to them. But there's all different kind of trophies out there. People strive for these trophies all the time, but Christians are going to get an eternal trophy. I therefore shall run, not as uncertainly, so fight I. Not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring him to subjugation, lest that I be any means which I have preached unto others, myself should be a castaway. Well, guys, that's the video. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope this encourages you guys. On the bottom right of the screen, I'm going to put the 1 Corinthians Bible study. Top left of the screen, I'm going to have I believe it's the Luke Bible study, or Acts. I can't remember which one it is. Could be Exodus. I don't remember anymore. Bottom left is going to be a YouTube video that YouTube thinks you're going to like. Anyways, guys, that's the video. If you like it, please like it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And if you think somebody might enjoy this, please share it with them. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.